Bhavya from Digital Tech, and today we'll be looking at the Maharashtra exam module of our ERP system. So we mainly offer two of these exam patterns on our ERP system, the CBXE exam and the Maharashtra exam. So over here, as you can see, we have these submodules under the Maharashtra exam. So the very first submodule we'll be looking at is examination management, wherein we are required to make the different exam group lists. So as we can see the examples over here, for instance for class 2 or the second grade, we have these two exams, term 1 exam, term 2 exam, which further on have two exams and their general purpose is to pass or fail. And you can just add exam, edit details or delete the exam group. So as we can see, we have these examples over here, and in order to upload these exam groups, you can enter the details such as term 1 exam, select the exam type, whether it's general purpose, grading system, GP, etc. And also you can enter the class. So for which class this exam group is meant for, you can select that. You can also select the period type. So as already mentioned, term 1 or term 2, you can mention that. Plus, if there is any description which might be required, you can enter that and save it so that your result is uploaded over here. Next, we have the marks distribution type. So mostly we have these three categories: cumulative, summative and evaluation. So you can just enter the different distribution of marks, enter their name and description and save it over here. Similarly, you can further enter the component list of the marks distribution. So under cumulative, there could be written test, oral, practical, activity, project, etc. And similarly for summative, it could also be the same. So firstly, you can enter the marks distribution type and then enter the component. So whether it's written, oral, practical, you can just specify that. Next, we have the subject-wise remarks. So you can select the subject out of the list and enter the remark name. So this will help the teachers to evaluate the students. So such as identifies commonly used words, gives response, listens with concentration. The students can be judged against these criteria or remarks. So then you can enter it from here. The remark type can also be edited from here. So as you already have these few options such as Vishesh Pragati, you can similarly enter more remarks and their broad types from here. Next we have the exam remark. So under one remark type, which is a broad category, there could be many other sub remarks. So similarly you can choose one category and the different remarks that come under it. So as we can see, under these we have many other sub remarks. Next we have the class wise subject marks. So firstly you can select the class, subject and the mark type, and then enter other details such as the maximum marks, minimum passing marks, formative and summative marks, and the evaluation. And you can keep on adding it for different subjects. And after you're done adding them, you'll be able to see the records over here. So as we can see, all of the details such as the type of marks, maximum, minimum marks, divided into formative, summative, evaluation, etc. for all the classes and all the subjects is visible over here. So once you're done uploading and editing the details, the records will be visible over there. Next, you have the class and subject component marks. So once again, we'll be selecting the class and the subject and then edit the details regarding the formative and summative mark distribution. So we can enter the marks for the written, oral, practical, all of these tests as you can see There are many different type of tests. Similarly for summative and the 9th and 10th evaluation, we can enter the details and marks for that. You can also select the remark language. So for instance, for the English subject, the remarks will be in English, whereas for Hindi or Marathi tests, the remark will be in their respective languages. And once you're done editing all of the details, as we can see, all of the records will be visible over here. So, for example, for class 1, for English subject, the maximum minimum marks along with the individual marks for all of these tests already specified over here. In case you wish to edit them later, you can edit it from here or delete them. Next, we have the scorecard components. So over here, you can select the different grades and components that will be displayed on the scorecard. So if you are having the grading system, you can select the different grades that are offered along with the different class. So mostly it happens that for higher grades such as 11th and 12th, we have the grading system, whereas for lower classes, it's not usually applicable. So the lower classes won't be selected in this situation, for instance. Next up, we have print mark sheet. So once again, we can select the exam group that we have created, the exam and the session. So the current academic session will be chosen along with the class section and the mark sheet template. So the mark sheet templates are already uploaded in the ERP system. And the show type. So after entering and specifying all of these details, the records will appear, and then you can just choose one particular student, select them by checking on this checkbox, and you can then generate their mark sheet. So this is a sample of how it will look like. So all of the subjects, their marks, the student details, the school logo, name, etc., session, the name of the exam, any remarks, the total marks, percentage, result, division, etc., the signature of the authorities. You can see all of these details are available on these sample mark sheets. Similarly, we have print admit card. So in order to allow the students to sit and attempt the exam, we have to provide the students with their admit cards. So all the details regarding that will be edited over here, such as the template, heading, title, the exam name and center, along with the footer text, any background image, and you can also enable or disable the different fields that will be visible on the admit card. So mostly the name, the parents' detail, admission number, etc. would be required. And for instance, if the gender isn't required on the admit card, I will simply not choose it and disable it. So only the enabled fields will be a part of the admit card, and then I can save it so that my admit card settings are saved. Next, we have the exam result. So we can once again choose the exam group, the exam session, the class and section, and the marks type. And as we click on search, the different records will be visible over here for each student, along with their details such as their admission number, roll number, the class teacher, HOG, supervisor, and principal, and all the different students belonging to the particular class that I've chosen. Their list will be displayed over here, along with their marks in different subjects, their grand total and percentage, and the final result, whether they are pass or fail. So this was all about the Maharashtra exam module.